Welcome to Lady Eagle Basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5 and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan at Clovis Gym in Clovis, and it's another district game. The Hobbs Lady Eagles coming into this one 18-3 on the season, flying high after a big win over Roswell High, 61-11. And this is definitely going to be a bigger challenge after that game. Coach Carpenter told us that, he and the girls definitely expect a tougher game against this Clovis squad. They come in ranked number 7 in 5A across New Mexico. They are ranked 3rd in this district in 4-5A, but they are always a tough team, and they're always a physical team. And when they're home in their gym, the atmosphere at Clovis can get almost as intense as at Tasker. And the Clovis girls come in at 17-4 on the season. That's not very far off from the 18-3 record that Hobbs has, but they are 0-1. They lost their first district game against Carlsbad, and that score, though, it was very close. It was 37-35, a hard-fought battle by both teams, but Carlsbad won it, and they're 1-0 in district, and Clovis lost. They're 0-1 in district, and Hobbs comes in 1-0 in district. They'd like to make it 2-0, but they know they've got some work to do tonight. So the JV game, this game is getting started a little bit. It's going to get started quite late, probably by the time the pregame clock is done in 15 more minutes. This game is going to be almost 30 minutes late because the JV game went so long. That JV game, especially the second half, wow. The whole game took a long time, but the JV game ended up with a win for Hobbs, 45-41. Congratulations to the Lady Eagles JV team on that. Clovis came back and were threatening to tie it up, but JV held on and won 45-41, and that sets a good tone now for the varsity game, and it hopefully inspires our varsity ladies, as there are several girls on that JV squad who also are seeing significant minutes on varsity in the games, and that includes Kylie Cano, that includes Katie Godwin too coming in, and Nevaeh Navarro. So they have gotten they've gotten a little bit warmed up from the JV game, and now will come in. And I think I don't know if I saw Madison Zepeda in that JV game or not. I don't think so, but early on I was distracted, not watching a lot of that game until after I got all the equipment set up. Speaking of which, the camera is going to remain static tonight, and as you can see, this is a situation for us of kind of like at Carlsbad, where the media is set up, at one end of the court, not the middle. And so we're going to lose some area right down. You can see both baskets and the full length of the court, but the way this is situated now, I've got the wide angle lens, and that's as good as it's going to get because we're up here just right above one basket. So the other one is way down at the other end, and one is really close, right underneath. And so this is about the best we can do. So we will lose a little bit of action just directly underneath us and in these two far corners. But that's what the play-by-play is for, hopefully to walk you through the holes in the video and talk you through them and get this game done. So we've got about 13 minutes left in the pregame clock, and the Hobbs girls are getting set up. These varsity girls were able to warm up on the court during halftime of the JV game. That was a long time ago. And I got to say, the Clovis JV girls were definitely fighting, and Clovis always a physical. They play a physical brand of basketball always, boys and girls. So Hobbs girls going to need to come in and shoot the lights out inside and outside, and they're going to need all of that. They're going to need all of the quickness that they are famous for, and they are going to need to keep the turnovers to a minimum and not let Clovis have extra looks at the basket, and take care of that basketball and get their inside and their perimeter shooting going early, and try to get up on top of this pretty early, and not have a real tight back and forth game, emotional, physical, hard game. So Clovis plays a kind of a run and gun style as well. But Hobbs is definitely going to need to bring their A game in all cylinders. They're going to have to be shooting well from the free throw line. And if there are as many fouls called in the varsity as in the JV, then we're going to be spending a lot of time at the line, both ends of the court. I will say it looked like the refs were calling it even both ways, but they were calling it close. They were calling, keep an eye on it, and calling fouls, calling a lot of fouls pretty often, and that just takes a lot of time. It makes the game long, and definitely, it stretches things out. So don't know what exactly we'll see. We'll have to wait until the varsity game actually gets going, but that is setting the scene as far as I can tell, judging by the JV game. And we have a very, very good crowd. A lot of Hobbs fans and parents have traveled. A pretty good amount of black and gold in the stands, but Clovis is turning out for this because this is the first time this season that these two teams have met each other, and it's the vibe on Clovis is that they had a pretty good team from the very beginning. Everybody thought this was going to be a pretty interesting district this year, and we're anticipating these two teams meeting up for the first time. I really thought that they had played each other. For some reason, I thought they played each other early in the season at a tournament somewhere. I did my research, and no, they have not played each other so far this season. This is the first meeting, and that means that the next time they play, it'll be at Tasker Arena. But after tonight, Clovis is going to be at Roswell on Friday, and after tonight, Hobbs is going to be hosting Carlsbad, but not until next Friday. They're going to be playing on the 9th. So after tonight, Hobbs girls have a week off before they host Carlsbad for what's likely to be another pretty good game at Tasker Arena. So Hobbs off to a good start, 1-0 in district, and then we'll see how this one goes. About 10 minutes left on the pregame clock. Let's take a nice long break and get a lot of our sponsors played. You see their names and their banners across the bottom of the screen, and so we want to thank everybody for their support of Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball all season and of Hobbs sports, and thank you very much. So we'll take a break and hear from some of those sponsors, and then come back and continue the pregame and get this tipped off. It's Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5, and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Clovis Gym in Clovis for Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan, flying solo tonight here as the Hobbs girls playing their second district game of the season, wanting to go to 2-0, but they know they face a challenge with Clovis, and Clovis, of course, knows that the Lady Eagles are ranked right now. They're ranked number 3 in 5A across the state, and they are ranked first. Hobbs is ranked first in District 4 5A. So the rankings, as Coach Carpenter will tell you, the rankings don't mean a whole lot. It's what's on the court. It's how you play each game, and it's your confidence. I mean, the rankings can certainly give you confidence, but they also can put a lot of pressure on you and put a big target on your back. And how you deal with that individually and as a team is really important. So maybe take some pressure off of this team to not actually be ranked number 1 overall in New Mexico, and for them to think, you know what, in our hearts, we know we are the best team. We can play and beat anybody when we are on our game, when we're at our best. And then they just have to work on being the best, fixing those little issues, those the problems being on, on the night of, at the time when you have to coming through. And boy, they've got a lot of heart, they've got a lot of experience, they've got a lot of talent, and they know. All they have to do is play as well as they can, play their game, and they can beat anybody in New Mexico on any night. So it's and that's not a brag. That's just assessing things, and they should have a lot of confidence coming into this. With again, tough row. You can't underestimate Clovis at all. They have to take them very seriously because Clovis, again, is well coached, and they've got a good record, and they're coming in their own on their own turf in their own gym, and they want this win as much. So here are your Clovis girls. The roster: number 2, Gianna Cordova; number 3, Zerai Lewis; number 5, Kirian Phillips; number 10, Angelina Armijo; number 15, Aspen Ulabari; number 20, Amanda La Rosa; number 22, Asia Gonzalez; number 25, Katie Archie; number 30, Kaylin Jefferson; number 40 is Bryn Petner; number 42 is Mackenzie Roach; and number 50 is Carrington Goff. They are under head coach Jeff Reed. For your Hobbs Lady Eagles, number 4 is Madison Cepeda. Number 10, Kylie Cano. Number 12, Aliana Armitage. Number 14, Brett Clay. Number 15, Nakaya Mojica. Number 20, Bryn Hargrove. Number 22, Kendall Cunningham. Number 23, Jayla David. 24 is Carolina Saiz. 30 is Nevea Navarro. 33 is Caitlin Muniz. 34 is Alana Bolton. 55 is Katie Godwin. And we will get this one about just a little over 3 minutes left on the pregame clock right now. And the girls are, both teams out there warming up, getting ready. There is a pep band, a small band, and they are often at the top in the far corner. They're plenty loud, but at least they're not right here down in front of me or right to the left. So they're filling up the gym with a lot of sound and a pretty good amount of people, both in the lower seats as well as up in the mezz. So we will get this one underway. We'll take another break because they will be doing the announcements, doing the national anthem and the announcement of teams here coming up in probably just about any time now. So we'll take another break and be back to talk about, give your starting lineup and get this one underway. And they have posted the starters on the big board, so I'm going to go ahead and run through those real quick. And for Clovis, your starters are going to be number 2, Cordova; number 3, Lewis; number 20, De La Rosa; number 30, Jefferson; and number 42, Roach. For Hobbs, your starters are number 14, Clay; number 15, Mojica; number 20, Hargrove; number 22, Cunningham; and number 23, Jayla David. Jayla had missed a little bit of time nursing an injury, a bruised tailbone, and she did come back in the last game, and she played a significant amount of minutes. But in that game, Coach Carpenter pulled not only her, but he substituted, fairly frequently, keeping fresh legs in there, and I think also helping her not try to strain that injury too soon. Play intensely, for a couple of minutes, few minutes, and then come out, rest, and then go back in. And, that's always wise with an injury, especially one that's painful. It's going to take a while to really get over. So, and he mentioned that the girls also were nursing. There were several girls playing with colds, flus. They were sick, and trying to get healthy. That's what he wanted by tonight. He wanted to try to get everybody healthier or healthier to be able to go full steam and full speed ahead against a demanding Clovis team. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles take to the court when we return in just a couple of minutes for Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5 and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Rock Clovis Gym in Clovis, where Lady Eagles are getting ready to tip off against your Clovis Lady Wildcats. Lady Eagle basketball is on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. We are on Lee County News and Sports YouTube tonight because the Hobbs Eagle boys are playing as well. Same time, they are at home at Tasker against Clovis. In fact, I saw the Clovis bus with the boys in Tatum as I drove through. They were stopped and at a convenience store there on their way into Hobbs. So they are on Hobbs News and Sports YouTube. So we've got Lee County News and Sports YouTube tonight, but and they are on our sister station Cool 95.7, and we are right here on Eagle 100.5. So thank you for watching and listening, and at on HobbsAmerica.com as well. We've had the Lady Eagles introduced. They're introducing the Lady Wildcats right now and just about to get this one tipped off. Again, your starters for Clovis will be Cordova, Lewis, De La Rosa, Jefferson, and Roach. And for Hobbs, it's going to be Clay, Mojica, Hargrove, Cunningham, and David. All right, so we are just about ready to get under this way. And Hobbs Lady Eagles, of course, need to come out smoking, playing their usual brand of very aggressive defense. Coach Carpenter told us after that blowout against Roswell High, 61-11, that he's been very pleased with his team's defense, but he felt like where they needed to get a little sharper and work on it was on their offense and get a little bit more consistent at the free throw line and get more of their shots to fall inside and out. Clovis. Nope, it's a bad tip-off because the center tipped it and then took it herself, and she didn't move out of the circle or out of the center. So we'll try the tip-off again, and it's David going up against Roach, and the tip this time goes to Hargrove for Hobbs. Hargrove moves across left side, and we are off and running. Going to move it all the way around to the right. Give it to Mojica. She doesn't waste any time stepping out. We talking about getting the perimeter, shooting going, and she starts us off with a three. Now Kyle Mojica with a three-pointer, and 3-0, your Lady Eagles. Clovis having a little trouble getting across the timeline, but they do come in, and that's Cordova taking it up and in from the right side for 2 points for her. 3-2, your score. Barely underway in this one, Hobbs. Didn't waste any time getting across the timeline. Hargrove left it for Cunningham. Cunningham gives it to Mojica. She drives the lane, tries to put up a shot, but it's stolen away, taken down by Cordova. Passing down in front of the lane to Jefferson. Jefferson puts up a shot. It doesn't fall, but she is fouled. And let's see who they call that on. I told you there were a lot of fouls called in that JV game. And both of these teams, if they call it both ways, that's not a problem. But there could be a lot of fouls in this game. And Jefferson at the line. She makes her first one. We're tied. She'll have another one, as it was a shooting. She was in the act of shooting. So 3-3 right now. And she puts up the second one, and that is no good. And Cunningham with the rebound, her first. She gets it across the timeline, passes over to Hargrove in the left corner. She backs up. Now drives in, a little pass intended for Jayla David, instead taken away by Clovis. So that is a turnover for both teams now. Clovis going to work it around, and now Jefferson driving in the lane, loses the handle on the ball. It's on the ground. She picks it up and puts it in. Jefferson's got 3 points in the game and puts Clovis up 5-3. Clay with the ball, brings it down, works midcourt into Jayla David in the lane, and then a pass into Mojica. It goes off of her fingertips and taken by Clovis. And as De La Rosa moves it down the court, they're going to say, I think they're going to say that she just, she traveled. She tripped and traveled. So that's turnover number 2 on Clovis. Mojica trying to inbound, and a good hustle by Roach. She knocks it away. It'll stay Hobbs Lady Eagle ball. Down underneath in the corner to the left of the Clovis basket. So Mojica will inbound. 5-3 your score. Clovis leading early on in the game, and there's some sweat or something on the court that they want to clean up. They got a towel, so we have a little stoppage in the game. as they clean up whatever that is down there. Don't want girls slipping and falling and having injuries because of slick spots on the court. So now Mojica ready to inbound. She finds Hargrove. Hargrove stops, tries to pop a three. It won't fall, and it's Jefferson with the rebound. Jefferson moves it up the court to Cordova. Cordova with a pass to Lewis over her head, a bad pass, and that's turnover number 3 for Clovis. Give it to Hobbs. Hobbs needs to capitalize on the turnovers. They need to make points off of this change of possession if they can. So Clay takes it across timeline. Now gives it to David. David, top of the arc. Passes to Hargrove. Hargrove pulls back midcourt. And I think what are they going to call? They're going to call a foul away from the ball, and they're going to call that on number 15, Mojica. So give the ball to Clovis. They inbound, get it to Roach. Roach drives down, passes to Jefferson in the left corner. She drives into the lane, then pushes it out. A three-point shot up and no good. Fight for the basketball. It goes out of bounds over in the right corner, and it's going to be Hobbs' ball. So out of bounds. Give it to Hobbs. Again, need to capitalize on the possession and got to have some offensive rebounding if Hobbs is not going to make their shots. We got to try to work to have somebody to get the rebound because Clovis is murder on the boards. Jefferson is one of their top rebounders, if not their top rebounder. Hobbs moving the ball around, goes out of bounds. Nope, they're going to call the foul on De La Rosa, her first. It's on the floor. So Hargrove will inbound to Clay. Clay gets it back to Hargrove. Top of the arc, now gets it into David in the lane. She runs out of room, got to kick it back out to Cunningham. Cunningham pulls up, puts up a shot, and again, no Lady Eagle underneath the basket. Jefferson gets her second rebound. Clovis brings the ball down the court, passing in the lane, fight for it. It's loose on the floor. Good job, Cunningham and Hargrove both forcing another turnover. And now they need to make points off of it. They get it down in the lane. Armitage in the game for Hobbs, and she's going to try to put up a shot from the right side, and it gets knocked away, and she gets fouled in the process. Clovis not liking that foul. They call it on number 3, Lewis, her first. And since it was a shooting, she was in the act of shooting, and Armitage buries the first one. Armitage went in the game, let's see, for Mojica. So Cunningham, Clay, David, Armitage, and Hargrove are out on the court. Second one is up and good. Armitage buries both of them, and we're tied again. Now 5-all. Clovis bringing the ball down quickly down the court. They get it to Lewis, and Lewis puts it up and in. A little fast break. Hobbs is going to have to watch out for that. 7-5 now. Hargrove takes the ball down, getting worked on, gets in the lane. Oh, and she traveled. There was good pressure on her by Ulibarri and De La Rosa. She was in the middle of a sandwich, and she was looking for room, trying to find her way through, and I didn't see. I don't know if she had somebody that to bounce pass through close by or not, but it's a turnover, the second one for Hobbs. And quickly stolen away by Madison Cepeda. She's good on steals, and she turns it into a layup, and now we're tied again as Cepeda came in. And as Clovis passing down across the timeline, good hustle by Clay to reach up and move it out. It stays Clovis basketball. And they get it in, move it around, give it to Jefferson. She's going to put up a shot, won't fall. It's blocked by Cunningham, but controlled by Clovis. A shot up, no good, and Roach with the rebound. And her put back, no good, and Armitage now with a rebound, and she's going to take it coast to coast, try to put up a shot, and she gets fouled again. And I think that they probably need to warn whoever is making the sound or the right when they're making that sound or that spoiler sound right when Hobbs is getting the ball and going for the shot. And I don't know that that's okay to do or not, but I don't think it should be. They're going to call the foul on De La Rosa, her second. It's the second team foul, and Armitage was in the act of shooting, so she'll go to the line. We are tied 7-all with 4:11 left to play in this first quarter. Yep, that's the That's the horn. And I hope that the girls are pretty much trained to ignore all that kind of stuff. So up and, oh, that's no good. It falls off to the right and picked up by Clovis. Roche again with her second rebound, but stolen away by Hobbs. Zepeda's got it. Oh, she tries to put up a shot, won't fall, but Cunningham with the rebound, and her putback won't fall. There's a fight for the ball. It's loose on the floor, and what do they call it, jump ball? And they say, no, goes out, and it's going to be Clovis ball. So out of all that, despite the offensive rebound, gosh, Hobbs has got to finish their shots. And if you get at least 2 shots at two looks at the basket, got to try to get one of them to fall. If you're going to fight it out underneath the basket. And now there's a question. The ref, I don't know if one of the refs had the question or the coach brought it up. The refs are conferring now. Not quite sure what's going on, what they're talking about. If they're talking about the foul, and if she should go to the line or what. Yep, I guess they're going to call it. They're going to say, yep, it's going to be, yep, it is. That puts Armitage is at the line. And that is up and good. So Armitage makes it 8-7. Hobbs with a slim lead. Clovis with the ball. Lewis brings it down, leaves it off for Petner in the game now. To Jefferson in the right corner. Kicks it back out to Lewis, top of the arc. Lewis drives in. Good defense by Hobbs. Guarding the paint. Clovis looking for possession. Give it to Jefferson. She moves it around, gets into the lane, and then are they going to say she's fouled? Yep, I think they're going to call it on Kendall. Are they going to call it on Kendall Cunningham? I didn't see, but it will put Jefferson at the line. They do, no, who do they call it on? They haven't put it up yet. Are they going to call it? Mojica's back in the game. They do call it on Mojica. That's her second. And the first is up, no good. Subs come in. Roach goes out, and Gonzalez comes in for Clovis. Jefferson at the line. Another chance. Hobbs is going to want to try to get this. If it's no good, grab that rebound. And she sinks it. So a miss and a make. And we're tied up again. Armitage brings it down for Hobbs. Moves it over, gives it to Hargrove in the left corner. Hargrove getting worked on hard. Hangs onto the ball. Moves into the lane, thinks about putting it up, doesn't, kicks it back out to Armitage. Armitage, oh, takes a 3-point shot. It goes in and out. A fight for the rebound, and I think they'll call the jump ball. As Kendall got a hand on it, and so did Lewis, but jump ball, nope, they're going to call the foul on Kendall. Her first. It's on the floor. Kendall comes out, and David comes in. Hargrove, Armitage, Clay, Zepeda, and David now in the game for Hobbs. Roach comes back in, Jefferson goes out, and Cordova comes in, and Phillips goes out for Clovis. That is Lewis looking for somebody to inbound it. Great defense by Hobbs, and they steal it away, and now Hargrove's got it. Leaves it off for Armitage. She drives the lane, kicks it out for Clay. Clay drives in, a little spin move in the lane, puts it up and in, yes! And that cures a little bit of a scoring drought for Hobbs. Now she's got 2 points, but puts Hobbs up 10-8. And, oh, a fight for the rebound. Zepeda's got it. Another is a good steal. Oh, puts it up. And a foul is called. Let's see what they do. That's going to be on Hobbs on number 20. On Bryn Hargrove. So that's actually her second foul. And that is going to put number 40, Petner, at the line. So Hobbs got to watch that, especially if they've got the ball and the momentum and going for a score. Don't need a bad foul to give the ball back over and let Clovis have a chance at it. Ball don't lie in this case, and it spins out. So she misses the first. The subs come back in. I see that Coach Reed also is keeping fresh legs on the court to try to keep the game and the girls moving at speed. Second one by Petner is up, and that one does fall. So she's got one in the game, makes it 10-9. With 2:48 left in the first, Hobbs has got the ball. They get it to Clay. Clay to Armitage, across the timeline to Cepeda on the right side. Oh, a pass all the way into the left corner, and then over to Clay on the left wing. She pulls back, spins in, then gets it to Manice in the left corner, and she pops the tray. They just kept kind of a decoy to get Manice free with nobody in her face, and she buries the three, puts Hobbs up by 13-9 now, and they steal it away. Another turnover by Clovis and a steal by Hobbs. A shot is up, no good, and the rebound by Roach, her third. And then a whistle sounds as there was a fight for the ball. Armitage hustling, trying to steal that ball away. So Hobbs hustling, and Clovis has turned the ball over more than Hobbs, but Hobbs has not been capitalizing on it, not making the shots. So they have a little bit of cold shooting here. They've got the 4-point lead for now, but they're definitely going to stretch that out against Clovis. Clovis brings the ball down and puts it up and in, going coast to coast, trying to, was their number 2, but it didn't work. And coming back down, a steal as Hobbs with their third turnover of the game. And now the team's trade turnovers. Good hustle as Clay picks it up, puts it up and in from the right. She's got 4 points in the game, makes it 15-9, and Clovis wants to take a timeout as Hobbs has stretched it out. It was tied, and Hobbs has put 7 points on the board and is ahead in this one. It's just a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here as the Lady Eagles doing a good job. It's tough sledding, very physical, a lot of stops and starts. Clovis is doing well on the boards. Hobbs has forced turnovers, being quick and aggressive like always, but they have not always made it. They have been able to make a few points on those turnovers, but they've still taken a lot of shots that haven't fallen, and they've only have had, I think, either 1 or 2 offensive rebounds so far in this first quarter. So that's the story. They're doing a pretty good job. They just need to really clean it up, tighten it up, stretch it out, and get more of a lead against a very game Clovis squad. There's a lot of basketball left to play in this one, and the Lady Eagles want to keep the upper hand. Clovis will have the ball out of the timeout, their timeout. They inbound, and Clay, nice, good hustle, almost steals it away. It goes off of her leg out of bounds, stays Clovis ball, but still great hustle and good defense. So Clovis will inbound the ball again, get it into Lewis, then to Roach. Roach gets it over to Cordova. Still in the backcourt, Now they move it front. Lewis takes it down in the lane, loses the handle on it, gets it back. Turnaround jumper won't fall, and it's Clay with the rebound. That's her second. A bounce pass to Manice. Manice takes it up and in. A nice assist by Clay on that, and Manice with 5 points in the game now, and Lady Eagles are up 17-9. A nice, almost stolen. Kendall Cunningham, such a good job. Jefferson maintained possession and puts it up and in. So she's got 2 more points in the game, 17-11. Run and gun. Armitage with it. Going to slow the pace down just a little. Hand it off to Clay. Clay will spin move in the lane, kicks it to Armitage, thinks about the 3, now spins in. She's going to try to put it up and in. It does not fall, and I think they're going to call the foul on maybe Cordova. There are a couple of Lady Wildcats there right around Armitage. No, it's going to be on Roach. That's her first foul. And 15 foul in this first quarter. 50.5 seconds left to play in the first. Armitage buries it. She is 4 for 5 at the line, puts the Lady Eagles up by 7, 18-11 now. She'll have another chance at it. She's looking pretty good, pretty loose. Buries that one as well. Good job. She is now 5 of 6 at the line, 19-11, 47 seconds left. Here comes Clovis across the timeline. That's Ulibarri now. Pulls up, a little 10-foot jumper, won't fall, and a great rebound. Again, Clay ends up with it. There were 3 Lady Eagles right there. So another rebound. She leaves it off for Manice in the left corner. Manice works around the arc, leaves it off for Armitage, drives the lane, then kicks it out to Clay from the left side, and yes, she buries the 3. Hobbs doing a good job of moving the ball and then getting their perimeter shooter open so that they can have more time and take a better, clearer shot at that. And Clay did it. So 22-11 now. Clovis with the ball. They move it down the court. That's number 3, Lewis in the corner. She puts up a 3-point attempt, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Hobbs had it, then lost it. The putback is no good, and at the buzzer there was a fight for it. Nobody's going to get credit for the rebound, as David was right there fighting against Roach for it. So at the end of the first quarter, wow, it's been interesting. Up and down, hard fought, and it's 22-11. Hobbs is leading back in 30 seconds with the second quarter and more. Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5 and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Rock Clovis Gym. It's Hobbs Lady Eagles against Clovis, and your Lady Eagles are leading at the end of the first quarter. Score is 22-11, but Hobbs just managed to really stretch that out in the last few minutes of that first quarter. It was hard fought, neck and neck. Clovis leading a couple of different times, and Hobbs finally pulling away, forcing, not just forcing turnovers, but making points off of those and getting fouled. And Armitage doing a good job at the line with 5 points, 5 out of 6 shooting there. Couple of trays. Hobbs' perimeter game is heating up. Second quarter underway. Clovis with the ball. They inbound. They're going to work it around, get Jefferson in the left corner. A pass over across the way. Oh, now it's to Jefferson. I believe that was actually number 3, Lewis in the corner. It's Cordova with the ball now getting worked on by Cepeda to Roach. Roach drives in, and then a no-look pass to Jefferson goes out of it. Just goes right by Jefferson and goes out and goes into the Hobbs bench. What? It was okay, I guess they're going to say that a Lady Eagle touched it. Okay. Clovis still got the ball. That's Lewis. Lewis passes to Ulibarri. Ulibarri getting worked on by Cepeda. Leaves it off for Cordova, top of the arc. Drives over into the right wing. Armitage all over her. Double team. Clay got her trapped up in the corner. They get it to Jefferson. She takes it across, top of the arc. Leaves it off for Ulibarri. They get it back to Jefferson. Now she finds some room in the lane. Going to put up a... And are they going to call the foul? I think they're going to call the foul on Cunningham, as Ulibarri, that'll send Jefferson to the line off the pass from Ulibarri. So Cunningham now with 2 fouls on her. And I think Manice is getting ready to come in for her. Jefferson buries the shot. She is 3 of 5, 3 for 5 at the line, makes it 22-12. And yeah, Cunningham comes out and Manice goes in. In the blocks, Clay and David ready to try to rebound for Hobbs. And it falls out. It's no good, and it's going to be Armitage with the rebound, her second. So 22-12, Hobbs basketball. Armitage leaves it off for Cepeda. Back to Armitage. She's going to work it across the top of the arc. Pass to Manice. Manice passes back to Cepeda. Now to Armitage in the right corner. Armitage calling for some help. Gets it to David. A bounce pass back to Armitage in the lane. A great give and go. What a nice play. And it would have been great. Armitage tries for the shot. It hits the rim and bounces out, but she gets fouled. Really nice work, though. And you could tell Armitage calling for that, and David knew exactly what she was talking about. Got into position, and it was really nice work. Would have been nice to have the and one, but we'll take the free throw. Nice shot as Armitage makes it 23-12. That was an area that Hobbs was not doing so well at in their game, even though they had a complete dominance of Roswell High, 61-11. in the game before this one. Still, they were not as good at the free throw line, and that goes out as well. But then a putback, and you know what? I didn't see who had that, who got that. I think it may have been Clay. So 25-12. So I was looking down to write stats and didn't see who got the rebound and the shot. Clovis brings it down. Gonna put up a shot, fight for it. Roach is right underneath the basket, and a whistle sounds. So it's, yep. And what do they say? They're just gonna say, I think it either went out of bounds, it was right there underneath us, or it was a travel. So a turnover either way, going Hobbs' way, as there was no foul called. Hobbs takes it down and gives it to Mojica back in the game. She tries to dial up a three. She made one of those earlier, popped the net. This one doesn't go. There's a fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touch, I believe, by Hobbs. Good hustle, though. Jayla David was over there. Clay working it. Of course, Mojica taking the shot, trying to find the range. She's already got a nice three. Hobbs has 1, 2, 3 trays included in that 25 points. Clovis brings it down. That is Pettner dialing it in, trying to put it up, and David with a great rebound, her first. Gives it to Clay, Clay to Hargrove, a bounce pass right by the basket, again into Manise, and Manise puts it up and in. That was nice with an assist by Hargrove. Hobbs Lady Eagles playing great team basketball. Great teamwork, they bring it down. Good aggressive defense too, forcing the ball out of bounds, stays Clovis ball. And that's Pettner who's got it again. She's going to try to bring it all the way down and instead loses a handle on the ball. And David with the steal gets it, passes it off. Oh, Mojica with the ball, getting worked on hard by number 15, Ulabari. Goes out of bounds. It rolls out of bounds off of the handle, off of the fingertips of Mojica, who's just good hustle and working hard. And let's see. Manise, Mojica will come out. Armitage, Cepeda go in for Hobbs, along with Clay, David, and Hargrove, Cepeda, Manise. Yep. Hargrove is not out there. David, Clay, Manise, Cepeda, and Armitage. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clovis. Hobbs gets to inbound in front of the Clovis bench. Cepeda to Armitage. Armitage moves over to the right, gets it to Manise. Manise back to Armitage in the right corner. Armitage back to Manise. Into Clay. Clay looking for room, now drives and puts up a shot, won't fall, fight for the rebound. David comes up with it, her second. They kick it over to Armitage. Armitage back to David in the lane, no room. She got to kick it right back out. Now Armitage pulls up, tries to pop a three, it won't fall, fight for the rebound, and it's going to be Jefferson with it. A pass down to De La Rosa. De La Rosa has to pull up, though. Gives it to Jefferson, who drives in the lane, and I think they're going to call Size, who's in the game now for Hobbs. Is that 23, or is that Manise down there? No, I think that was 23, Size. As she, oh no, David. It's not Size, it's David. She bumped into her. It's hard to see when the girls get down here, and the camera's not the only thing that can't see over this ledge here on the left, to the left of the basket. So they call that on Jayla David. It's her first foul. First team foul in the second quarter, and Jefferson buries it. 27-13 now. Jefferson is 1, 2, 3, 4 of 6 at the line. Another chance at it here. Hobbs needs to keep the gas and their foot on the gas against Clovis. Ooh, that one falls out. A fight for the rebound. It hits the rim. David is there, but I think they're going to say it goes off the hands of Lewis and goes out of bounds. So it'll be Hobbs basketball. Lady Eagles will have it. 4:48 left to play in the second quarter as the Lady Eagles are up 27-13 over the Lady Cats of Clovis. They bring down the ball, passing it around the outside of the arc. Over to Cepeda. And now in the lane, a bounce pass to Clay. She has to kick it back out. Armitage goes up and in. Oh, are they going to call the charge? Nope, they're going to call the block foul. I think on number 22, Gonzalez, it should be. Yep, it's the block foul. Even though Clovis doesn't like that, it's a block foul. I think it's on 22, on Gonzalez. Clovis thinks that she got in front of her, planted her feet. And now are they going to have a technical? They can. They going to tee somebody up? Nope. So they haven't put it up yet, but it is on, I believe it's got to be on number 22, which is Gonzalez. And Armitage will be at the line to shoot. They still haven't put it up. And she pops it. Nice work. 28-13. Clovis with the ball. They're still haven't crossed the timeline. Now they do. Left side. De La Rosa spins across. Passes to Lewis here in the right corner. Going to move it around. Getting worked on by Cepeda. Now drives in. And I think they're going to call a foul. Probably on Cepeda. Yep, on Cepeda. Push foul. And that's going to send Armijo. Is it send Armijo? No, it's going to be on the floor. First foul on Cepeda, second team foul in the second quarter. Clovis inbounds, gets it to De La Rosa, top of the arc. Good defense by Hobbs. Now into the lane, and a shot is up, no good. And it is, who comes down with it? That is Manice with the rebound. She hits the floor. And they're going to call the foul on Ulibarri, her first. Third team foul on Clovis in the second quarter. And so Hobbs Lady Eagles will have the ball. Subs come in for Clovis. For Hobbs, Manice inbounds to Armitage. Armitage crosses timeline. Gets it to Cepeda, left corner. Cepeda all the way over to Manice on the right wing. Back to Armitage. Back to Cepeda, left side. Clovis with good defense. Hobbs just looking, working, trying to find position. Get somebody open in the lane. They've got Clay and David. Oh, and a bad pass as Armitage getting it to Cepeda, and Cepeda just looking away for half a second, goes out of her hands into the Clovis bench. So that's a turnover. Just the first for Hobbs in the second quarter, and their fourth overall. They have been taking care of the ball better in this game. Fewer turnovers. 30 to, oh, I missed putting that down on our score bug. I've got the score bug right now. I missed putting that last 2 points for Hobbs in the score. 30-13 is your score. 3:19 left to play in the second, as Clovis just passing it around under good defensive pressure by Hobbs all around the outside of the arc. That is number 2, Cordova with it. Now over to Ulibarri in the left wing, into Lewis, drives the lane, tries to put up a shot, no good, and Clay with the rebound. That's her fourth. Clay pulls up, gets it to Manice in the right corner. Manice pulls up and drains the three. Beautiful. She's done it from the left side and now the right side of the basket today. Her second tray makes it 33-13 as Hobbs is stretching it out, but Clovis is not going away. That is a shot from Ulibarri from the left wing. It won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Armitage had it and then hits the floor, and getting tangled with Gonzalez. And what are they going to say? They're going to call it on Gonzalez. Her second foul. I've got it down. That's got to be her second. And a timeout is taken. I think it's a Clovis timeout. It's a 60-second timeout, and with your score 33-13, Hobbs leading. 2:38 left in the second quarter. We're going to be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. And welcome back to Rock Clovis Gym in Clovis as Lady Eagle basketball continues out of a Clovis timeout. The Hobbs girls have the ball. Mojica inbounds to Hargrove. Back to, or rather the opposite, Hargrove to Mojica, back to Hargrove. Takes across the timeline Top of the arc now, working it around to Mojica. Thinks about the three, gets it to Clay, though, in the left corner. Back to Hargrove, pulls up, top of the arc. Over to Manice, thinks about the three, but somebody in her face. Hobbs just working it outside the arc. Mojica driving in, kicks it to Hargrove. Hargrove pulls up at the top of the key and pops a tray, makes it 36-13. And now let's see Hargrove with a three-pointer. Clovis coming down, fast break, a pass to Jefferson in the lane, and she drives in and puts it up and in for 2 more points. 36-15 now. A minute 47 left in this second quarter. Hobbs with the ball, passing outside the arc. Ooh, a nice pass in the lane to Clay. A turnaround jumper, nice, as Clay took her time and took that extra step and then put it up, and not the extra step, but the extra second, and put it up and in. Timed that very well. Clovis coming down the other way. There's a pass to Jefferson in the lane, and yep, I think she traveled for sure. So Clovis just getting a little anxious, a little ahead of themselves. And they know they're getting behind, and they're trying to make up for that. And just a little hesitation move right there. Subs coming in, Jayla David coming out, and it looks like maybe she is feeling a little better. She's been playing longer minutes in this game and doing very well. So Jayla coming out, but Manice and a timeout as Coach Carpenter wants to take a timeout. And is this going to be a 30 or a 60? It's just a 30. We'll keep it right here. And just say a big thank you to all of our sponsors who make Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball coverage on the radio and on HobbsAmerica.com, and either Lee County News and Sports YouTube or Hobbs Sports YouTube, whichever one. Tonight we're on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, so making that possible. Thank you very much to each and every one, and thank you for watching and listening. What started off as a very contentious, very tight back and forth game that even Clovis even had the lead a couple of times in that first quarter, but by the end of the first, Hobbs had stretched it out 22-11, and now with just a minute 22 left in the second quarter, the score is 38-15, and Joey Carpenter wanting to take a timeout, just didn't like something. It'll be Hobbs basketball. Just wanted to, I guess, diagram up something or remind the girls about something. Hobbs playing a much tighter, better game in most aspects than even in their blowout against Roswell. They pass it around, give it to Manice on the left wing. She tries a three-point shot. It won't fall, and Lewis with the rebound. Gets it to Petner. Petner drives in, pulls up, thinks about the shot. A little pass behind her to Jefferson. Jefferson just not quite ready for that. It goes out of bounds, so that's turnover number 10 for Clovis. I might have missed writing a couple of those down, but I have him down as 7 turnovers in the first and now 3 in the second quarter, and 4 for Hobbs, 3 in the first and 1 in the second quarter. So my apologies if I've missed any, but Hobbs with the ball. Hargrove gets it off the inbound. Passes it to Mojica. Mojica passes to Armitage. Armitage to Clay. Clay pulls up, thinks about it, has somebody in her face, so she moves up a couple of steps and takes the shot and buries it. 2 more points for her, makes it 40-15. 44.4 seconds left. They're going to call a foul. They're going to call an offensive foul, or they're going to call a foul. It's on 15. It's on Mojica. That's her third. Going to call a little push foul. She's going to come out as David and Manice go in. Cunningham and Hargrove come out. And Cepeda went in already for Mojica. So 3 fresh sets of legs in for the Hobbs girls. As the seconds tick down to halftime, Clovis inbounds. Petner in the back court, still in the back court, looking for somebody. She gets Lewis. Lewis makes it across. Getting double teamed. Armitage trying to steal it. Clovis wants a foul. Doesn't get called. They get it to Jefferson. She drives the lane, putting it up, and now they will call the foul. They're going to get David or Clay, or they're going to get Cepeda on that one. I think they're going to call Cepeda. So that's her second foul. It's the 4th team foul on Hobbs in the second quarter. It puts Jefferson at the line. She'll shoot 2. And Petner comes back Petner is in the blocks, along with Roach for Clovis, but David and Clay are in the blocks in the front for Hobbs, and Jefferson very solid at the line. She's a solid free throw shooter, and she buries that one. She's missed 2 tonight, but she is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 7 at the line tonight, and another chance right now 40-16 is your score. And she makes that one as well, makes it 40-17. Hobbs has got to watch fouling that could open the door and let Clovis stay in this one. Cepeda with the ball down the court, the right side, leaves it off for Manise. Manise to Armitage. She drives in the lane. A pass to David right underneath the basket, up and in. Nice job for Jayla David, her first 2 points of the game on an assist by Armitage. A little give and go, and now Clovis comes down, driving hard to the hoop is Jefferson. Puts up a shot, won't fall. Roach with the rebound, and her putback does not fall, but she is fouled. And on that one, who are they going to get? Maybe Manise, or are they going to get, let's see, yep, it is Manise. First foul on her, 4th team foul, and puts Roach at the line, her first trip at the line. She's got 5 rebounds in the game, and she puts her first one up and in. Makes it 42-18. What did I tell you about letting Clovis chip away at this from the free throw line? Not a good thing for the Lady Eagles. So they've still got a good, nice big lead, but they need to be expanding it, not having it shrink. Second one by Roach, up and no good. Fight for the rebound at the buzzer. Nobody gets the rebound, and we go to halftime with a 42-18. So a nice lead by Hobbs, but it's a 24-point lead for Hobbs, and they want to come out swinging and smoking in that third quarter as they've got a nice lead over at halftime. And we'll be back after just a few minutes with your halftime report here. The Lady Eagles 42, Clovis 18. We'll have more Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5, and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Lady Eagle basketball from Rock Clovis Gym in Clovis, as your halftime score is 42-18. Hobbs leading this one. And here is your scoring for Clovis. Your leading scorer so far is Caitlin Jefferson with 12 points. She's got 3 rebounds to go with that. And then you have 2 points from Cordova, 2 points and 2 rebounds for Lewis, 1 rebound for De La Rosa, and 1 point for Petner, and 1 point and 6 rebounds for Roach. For Hobbs, your leading point getter right now is Brett Clay with 13 points. She's got 4 rebounds, a steal, and an assist. Also, next you have 10 points from Kaysla Manise and a rebound for her as well. And you have 3 points for Hargrove with an assist as well. Mojica with 3 points. You've got 2 points and 2 steals for Cepeda. And Jayla David with 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. And if I've missed any rebounds, I apologize. It's possible I missed writing 1 or 2 of those down. I don't think I missed too many. But that would put Hobbs with a total of 13 rebounds. The only girl that has gone to the free throw line for Hobbs, I believe, because that's all I've got her down, unless somebody went and missed and I didn't write it down. I've got Aliana Armitage at the line, and she's 7 of 9 at the line for Hobbs. They turn over the ball 5 times, and they score 42 points in that first half. For Clovis, I've got them down for 13 rebounds as well, and shooting 8 of 12 at the line, with 1, 2, 3 of their girls shooting free throws. And Jefferson, their leading scorer, and she has made 2, 3, 4, 5 of 7 shooting at the line. So she's been at the line more than anybody else. Roach is 1 of 2 at the line. Clovis turning the ball over 11 times in that first half. So Hobbs doing much better shooting. Some of their shooting in the first quarter was a little cold or a little spotty. They were off and on. They certainly did a good enough job to be ahead 22-11 at the end of the first quarter, 42-18 now at the half. But and their perimeter game has been pretty solid. They've taken a few threes that haven't fallen, but you've got trays in the game for Brett Clay. She's got 1 tray, Mojica with a tray, Hargrove with a tray, and you have Manise with 2 trays. And so 2 of her, or 2 trays, and then 2 buckets for Manise in her 10 points. 13 for Brett Clay leading, but good contributions for a lot of the Lady Eagles with Hargrove and David in the books. You've got 3 rebounds for Cunningham, and again, that there may be another 1 or 2 that I didn't write down, but Hobbs doing a pretty good job. They're about even. The difference is Hobbs has been able to capitalize on the rebounds and turn them into points. They're not turning over the ball as much. They haven't been able to capitalize quite as much on the turnovers. They've made their rebounds, count, and their possessions count, but they haven't made as many points off of the turnovers as they would probably like. But they're still leading this one by 24 points here at halftime, 42-18. So doing a good job all the way around. They've really improved some of the stats that they were a little weaker in that game, even though it was a big blowout over Roswell High. They're still, they were doing some things that Coach Carpenter felt like they had also been doing in other games, that against better teams, they were not able, they were mistakes and put Hobbs down enough. They weren't able to get back out of trouble, and therefore losing a couple of games, earlier in the season. But now it's all about district, and Hobbs with an 18-3 record right now. They want to go up 19-3 and 2-0 in district, but there's half a basketball game left to play, and they just have to stay sharp. They have to keep doing what they're doing, and that is great defense, forcing turnovers and trying to make points off of those, working the boards, and getting possession and denying Clovis the ball, because Clovis, well, they're gamers, and they're capable of the fast break, run and gun style when they need to. Hobbs has been able to make the quick transition and get down and guard the lane and take the rebounds, and Clovis is a little cold shooting even at point blank at times has given Hobbs the opportunity to grab the rebound and get the ball back. So I know that Coach Reed has talked to his team about things he wants to see them clean up in the second half and come out. Hobbs just wants to continue to dominate, play their game, their style, their pace, and make fewer mistakes and more points. That's what it's all about. As Coach Carpenter says, all you need is one more point than the other team. That's what it boils down to. And so we're going to get ready and get this second half underway here in Clovis. And the Lady Wildcats will inbound. Work the ball. That's Jefferson, drives the lane, kicks it out to Lewis on the left wing. She pulls up, puts up a shot, won't fall. Great rebound by Jayla David. Skies for that one. Gets it to Mojica. Mojica down to Clay in the right corner. Pulls up. Back to Mojica. Oh, it's going to go in the backcourt. No, she saves it, and she does. Good job by Mojica. Out of her bobble, she saves it, and Hobbs able to get it. They get it in the left corner, that is, and Mojica drains the three. Another tray for her. I believe that was her in the corner on the left side. So 3 more points, and 45-18 the score now, but they are going to call her for the foul. So that's her 4th foul. She'll come out, and Armitage is going to come in. So Mojica going to have to sit down for a while, but she's certainly contributed well in the game. Coming the other way. Clovis has got it, still in the backcourt, That's Cordova with it. Now gets it up to De La Rosa. De La Rosa to Jefferson, who drives across the baseline, puts up a shot. Great work by Cunningham. Guarded the lane, did not foul, took the ball on the rebound, brings it down, kicks it out to Clay. Clay over to Hargrove. Hargrove to Armitage, in to David, right underneath the basket. Oh, it rolls all the way across, and it's going to be Jefferson with the rebound. Oh, Hobbs misses that opportunity, and they pass it up to Cordova underneath the basket. Her point blank does not fall. Little basketball karma there. And Brett Clay with the rebound brings it down. Leaves it off for Cunningham. Cunningham now a little jumper. It won't fall. And Jefferson grabs it again. Now passes over. They pass it over to, I think, Cordova. And then Cordova from the right passes back across over the lane to Lewis, but overshoots her and goes out of bounds. So a turnover for Clovis, gives it to Hobbs. Hobbs has another chance to fix things and try to get a shot in. 45-18 is the score. When I say fix, it's not like things are really broken down. It's just that they've taken a couple of shots at the basket and haven't gotten them to fall, and have lost the rebounds to Clovis. And there's a turnover, a bad pass picked off, and Roach has got it. Brings it down, leaves it off for De La Rosa. De La Rosa getting worked on hard by Hargrove. Passes to Jefferson. Jefferson, has the ball taken away. A nice steal by Jayla David. Yeah, then they bring it down, pass it to Clay. Clay in the lane off of an assist by Armitage. Beautiful work. Puts it up and in, 47-18. Clovis with the ball. That's De La Rosa. Takes it down. Oh, it's swatted away by Cunningham. Cunningham, I think they're going to call Cunningham for the foul. No, they're not. Okay. I was going to complain if it was, because it looked like it was just slapped away, and I think they called the travel before that. But Cunningham got all ball on that slap and sent it out. Hobbs with the basketball, coming down the other way. Nice pass. They get it in the lane to Jayla David. She puts a shot up, no good, and it's Roach with the rebound, her 7th. And then a whistle sounds as I think Roach gets fouled. And who are they going to call that on? Are they going to call it, or did they just? Are they calling a foul? Yeah, they do. They call it on Cunningham. So Cunningham with her 3rd foul. Clovis inbounds. They get it to Cordova. Cordova passes down to Jefferson. Jefferson takes it underneath the basket, pulls up, and takes a minute as Hobbs was there guarding it, but she puts it up and in. 2 more points for her. 47-20 now. 5:10 left in the 3rd quarter. Hobbs is up against Clovis. They have the ball in their end of the court. Clay in the right corner. Passes to David. David back to Clay. Clay now to Hargrove at the top of the key, and she buries it. Another 3 for Hargrove, her 2nd tray. Beautiful points from downtown. 50-20, a 30-point lead. Oh, and a nice steal by Clay as she takes it, brings it up and in. Count the bucket, and she draws the foul off of a steal. Great work, great defense, turning into offense. And they're going to call that one. Who are they going to call it on? They're going to call that one on De La Rosa, her 3rd foul. And that, it was of course, it was a shooting foul. Oh, and they tee it. Oh, they called a technical. They teed her up. Wow. And so that counts, the technical counts as another foul. So she's got 4 on her, and now a timeout is taken, and it's going to be, I think, just a 30. So we'll keep it right here. Out of the timeout, they're going to take the timeout and just settle things down just a little bit, because they called the foul on De La Rosa, and she must have said something, and the refs teed her up very quickly. So Clay will be at the line, and she got fouled, so she should shoot. She should be shooting for the and one, and then I don't know if Hobbs gets to choose. I think Hobbs will choose who gets to shoot the technical. And they may just keep Clay at the line. But Clay will be, when out of the timeout, Clay will be at the line to shoot 52, as I put those 2 points by Clay on the score bug. 52-20, Hobbs with a 32-point lead, and they're very close to having a 35-point lead, which means it would go to running clock at that point, as Hobbs just has been able to stretch it out after a very tense first half of the first quarter. And they took a lead, and they haven't looked back since. So Clay at the line out of the timeout. Up and, oh, no good. As it rolls out, kind of goes in and switches out. And now Hobbs will get to shoot two shots for the technical that they called on De La Rosa. And they keep Clay at the line. So she's got a chance to bury two of them here. Up and nothing but net. Great. So Clay gets one more shot, shooting the technicals, and yes, that one goes in as well. So 54-20 now, and it will be Hobbs' ball. So out of the technical, the technicals are costly. Hobbs with the ball, Zepeda inbounds to Clay, walks across the timeline, center court. Gets it to Zepeda, leaves it off for Clay, drives in across the baseline, then passes over to Hargrove in the left corner. She puts up a 3-point shot, won't fall, fight for the rebound, and Ulibarri comes up with it. I believe that's her second. So they give it to Lewis. Lewis drives down, getting worked on by Zepeda in the game. Drives in the lane, puts up a shot, won't fall, and Hobbs wisely just kind of lets her get Kendall Cunningham with the rebound. Passes it down underneath the basket to Zepeda. Zepeda driving in, and are they gonna? Does she get fouled, or does it just go out of? Yeah, it goes out of bounds. She either, and I couldn't see, and neither could you probably. The camera angle just won't catch that. As I move the camera just a little bit more, and the ball to Clovis as they take it down, but they lose it off of a foot, rolls out of bounds. Good defensive pressure by Hobbs, forcing that turnover. So good job. Hobbs' defense not in question. They work the ball around outside the arc, and Clay tries to get it to Cunningham. It doesn't fall. Clay tries to put up a shot. It doesn't fall, and it's Jefferson with the rebound. Get it to Lewis. Lewis drives down. They give it to Petner. Petner pops a 3 from the left corner. Was her foot on the line? Nope, it was a 3. Oh, keep a hand in her face, as Clovis doing their best to keep Hobbs from going 35 points up. Keep it from running clock. Hobbs brings it down, passing around the outside of the arc. Hargrove's got it on the left wing, gets it over to Clay on the right wing. Zepeda, top of the arc, and a pass into Jayla David in the lane. Very nice work. Oh, point blank range. It won't fall. Cunningham with the rebound. Her putback is good. So 56-23 now. Petner with it. Can't lose his handle on it off a good defensive pressure by Clay. And Hargrove ends up with it. Stops and pulls up. Little pull-up jumper. Puts it in. 2 points. 58-23. Hobbs pouring it on now. Roach in the back gets it to Petner, finally across the timeline. She drives down, puts up a shot, up and in, off the backboard. Petner quickly with 5 points, trying to keep Clovis in it. It's 58-25 now. 33-point lead by Hobbs. 2 more in its running clock. Hargrove, top of the arc, gets it to David. David to Zepeda, thinks about the 3, but she's got Ulibarri in her face. So Hobbs will pass it around outside the arc again. Hargrove Whoa, no look pass to David in the lane. Beautiful hook shot, but it doesn't fall. And Jefferson with the rebound. They bring it down on the right. Jefferson trying to find Pettner passing. Leads her too much, and it goes out of bounds. So thrown away. Give it back to Hobbs. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left in this third quarter as Hobbs will have the ball. Move that camera back just a little bit. And Hobbs inbounds. Zepeda to Armitage, to Manise in the game now on the right wing, back to Armitage, over to Zepeda on the left wing. Gonna get it, work it back around outside the arc. Cunningham working in the lane, trying to get her in the, oh, and almost loses the handle on it. Bounce pass to Armitage is gonna go in the back court. It's first touched by Pettner though. I think they're gonna say a first touch by Pettner. Maybe they say Armitage got a handle on it, they do. And they call it a backcourt violation since Armitage touched it. And so it'll be Clovis ball. That is a turnover for Hobbs. 1:43 left in the third quarter, 58-25. Hobbs in command of this one, but you can't count Clovis out. They're still in it and fighting. They pass it to Jefferson. She drives in the lane, is going to put up a shot. It goes up, and a whistle. She is fouled. A whistle sounds, and there was really no chance that that ball was going to make it in, but she was in position driving in and drew the foul. And they're going to put that one up against Cunningham. Oh, that is her fourth foul. And it puts Jefferson at the line. First up, no good. Let's see, she is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of 9 at the line in the game. And Lewis back in for Clovis. Second one is up, and that one is good. So makes it 38-20, or 58-26 now, 58-26. Oh, and a quick steal as Jefferson's got it, puts it up, doesn't fall, and Armitage with the rebound. She brings it all the way, bounce pass to Clay. Clay, oh, trying to get Zepeda. And coming up, a good hustle by Clovis. I didn't see who was, if that was Jefferson trying to steal it. I think it was. It goes out of bounds, and it should be Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. It does. It stays Hobbs basketball. As they inbound, get it to Clay. Clay to Zepeda. Zepeda drives in, and pass over to Manise. But I think they're going to, they may call, did they call the charge or the block? Okay. So they called the charge on Zepeda. Give it over, give it to Clovis. They inbound, pass it over to Lewis. Lewis passes, they find Pettner. Pettner drives in from the left, puts up a shot, and it falls. So Pettner with 7 points in this second half. Makes it 58-28, 30-point lead by Hobbs. A minute left to play in the third. Armitage coming down in the lane, puts up a shot. It won't fall. And do they call the charge with the block? Yep. That's 2 straight charge calls against Hobbs. And turn it over. That's a charge. And Clovis with the ball will inbound it. They get it to Pettner. Pettner with the hot hand right now, and she's quick. She drives all the way down, has to pull up against Hargrove. Bounce pass to Jefferson in the lane, stolen away. Nice work by Manise. And good defense by Hobbs. They give it to Armitage. She drives in, bounce pass to Zepeda. Zepeda on the left wing pulls up. Bounce pass into Clay. Clay back to Zepeda. She drives across. Little pull-up jumper, trying to work it against the backboard. Doesn't fall. She gets her own rebound. The putback no good. And then Clay with the rebound, and her putback is good. 60-28. 23 seconds left in this third quarter. Pettner with the ball for Clovis. Takes it all the way down, puts up a shot. It goes over, and a bad foul, as I think they're going to call Clay on that. I say a bad foul because Pettner has been making those shots, but that one went up, and you could see immediately the arc was going to take it over the basket. She was not going to make that shot. So Clay with the foul. I think that's just, is that her first? It is. It's Clay's first foul. Puts Pettner at the line. She'll shoot 2. First one is up and good. So Clovis managing to stay out of just barely. They've managed to keep Hobbs from getting 35 points ahead. and get running clock going, but just about the end of this third quarter as Pettner at the line and does not make that one. And spins out, and Hargrove with the rebound. She's got it, takes it across the timeline, left side, getting double teamed. Has to get rid of it, gets it to Clay. Whoa, Clay loses it off of her foot, and another Hobbs turnover. Pettner at the buzzer with a shot, does not go, and out of that turnover though, kind of get things getting a little sloppy there in that last minute or so of that third quarter, but Hobbs still firmly in control of this one, 60-29. The end of the third quarter. Will be back for the final of this game in 30 seconds from Rock Clovis Gym. You're watching and listening to Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball, and the start of the fourth quarter. The Lady Eagles are leading 60-29, and they inbound the ball midcourt. Clay gets it to Cunningham. Cunningham running out of room, makes a nice pass to Hargrove. Hargrove puts it up, and it will not fall. Clovis with the rebound. That was Lewis. Now they get it to Roach. Roach moves it to Cordova. Cordova back to Lewis. Lewis puts it up and in from the left. She's got 2 more points. That makes it 4 points in the game for her. 60-31 now. And Hobbs almost stealing away. Well, it is stolen. Mojica had it, but the ball was stolen away. And Lewis takes it and up and in from the right. 4 straight points for Clovis. Gotta watch it. Not let them feel like they could ignite a comeback here. A bad pass. Stolen away. And Lewis puts it up and in. 6 straight points by Clovis. Be a good time for a timeout. Maybe slow Clovis down in the momentum that they've got. Hobbs in the backcourt. Clay with a bounce pass to Mojica. Mojica having trouble with it. Mojica to David. David to Clay. Kicks it out to Hargrove on the right wing. Hargrove trying to pop a 3. Won't fall. And that's going to be Cordova with the rebound. 60-35 now. With 6:39 left to play. Jefferson takes it down, puts it up and in, and gets fouled. Jefferson with 2 more points, and Clovis with suddenly coming to life. And Hobbs with a little sloppy play right here to start this fourth quarter. And that's the second foul on Clay. And it puts Jefferson at the line. She eyes it, skies it, and in and out, no good. A fight for the rebound among Hobbs, and David comes up with it. Gets it to Mojica. Mojica bounce pass over to Clay on the right wing. Clay takes it, top of the arc, over to Hargrove. Hargrove, a no-look pass into David in the lane, and it's bumped away by Lewis. It goes out of bounds. Should stay Hobbs basketball, and it will. And over there on the right at the baseline, that is Hobbs. I think it's Manise putting it in. Up and into Cunningham, and who comes over and spoils that? I think it's Lewis who got a hand on it, as Cunningham was going to be a beautiful little pass in, up and in, and Lewis gets tagged with the foul. She commits the foul, and that puts Cunningham at the line. First trip at the line for Kendall tonight, and she is great. Buries that one. 61-37. Has another chance at it. And this one, eyes it, skies it, up and in, yes. Cunningham with 2 points from the line and makes it 62-37. 35-point lead now, and it is running clock for Hobbs. As they get it, Cordova takes it coast to coast, puts it up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Clay's got it, nice. As She gets it to Hargrove. They're in the back court. Hobbs got to get it up to Clay across the timeline. Left side into Cunningham in the left corner. Cunningham bounce pass to Dayla David. And up and in. Yes. Nice. Off the assist of Cunningham. 2 points. Another 2 points for David. She's got a 4 in the game, I think. Oh, and a nice steal as Cunningham gets it, gives it to Mojica. Mojica drains a 3 from the right corner with an assist by Cunningham off of the steal, as now Clovis wants to take a timeout, and yes, we will take it with them, as it is 67. So I get the score bug caught up. I'm sorry, so busy writing points down, and it's a full timeout. 67-37. Hobbs with your 30-point lead, and we'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from Rock-Staubus Gym in Clovis. As, even 30 points up, Clovis is just so physical. They're aggressive as well, and it just never feels easy against them. And, that's a sign of a team that doesn't give up and really makes you work for it. And Hobbs has been working. Oh, and a nice steal. Good pressure by Mojica on that, as Hobbs takes it away, takes the ball on the inbound. Going to pass it around outside the arc. That is turnover number 18 for Clovis. Jayla David getting worked on hard by De La Rosa. And are they going to call De La Rosa? Yes, for the foul. They are, and I think that's her 5th. Is that her 5th? It is. She fouls out. That's it. So a foul out with De La Rosa. Had 2 rebounds in the game that I've written down. So give it to Hobbs. Hobbs inbounds. Cunningham on the right wing. Now to Mojica in the corner. Oh, she was trying to pass it to Clay, either Clay or David in the lane, and it's stripped away, taken by Jefferson, who takes it coast to coast, puts it up, no good, and Cunningham with the rebound gets it to Mojica. Mojica brings it down to Clay in the right corner. Clay pulls up to Cunningham. Cunningham left side, back to Clay, top of the arc, over to David on the right wing. David into Clay. Clay backs it up. A little spin move in the lane, puts it up. Oh, no good. And Lewis with the rebound. Going to bring it down coast to coast, put it up and in from the right side, as Lewis has 2 more points and makes it 67-39. Hobbs with the ball. Hargrove's got it in the backcourt. Brings it across. A pass to Jayla David by herself, and she passes to Cunningham right in the lane, and up and in off of an assist by David. Very unselfish basketball there. Makes it 69-39. Hobbs back to a 30-point lead. Roach with the ball, working it around top of the arc, and then a pass over to Jefferson goes over her head and out of bounds, and that's another turnover. That is number 19 for Clovis in the game. Hobbs, I've got them down with 11 in the game. 69-39 your score, with 4 minutes left to play. Hobbs with the ball, brings it down. Hargrove's got it on the left wing, gets it to Cunningham, right side, into Clay. Clay, then to Mojica, all by herself in the right corner, puts up a 3. It does not fall, but Hargrove with the rebound. Now they try it again. Mojica, she drives in, puts up a jumper, gets her own rebound, and the putback no good, and then Lewis with the rebound. She takes it down, passes to Jefferson in the lane, and it goes out of Jefferson's hand. Good defensive pressure by Hobbs, and it's going to go over, turn it over. Turnover number 20 now. Give it to Hobbs. 3:29 left in the game. Hobbs with a 30-point lead. They bring it down. Clay pulls up, gets it to Cunningham. Hobbs is going to pull up just a little bit, slow the pace down just a bit, work outside the arc. Hargrove to Clay. Clay over to David on the left wing. David working against Jefferson. Oh, and the bounce pass is stolen away by Petner. Petner's going to tape it up and in. It does not fall. And Jefferson with the rebound and the putback, and she's got 2 more points in the game. So 69-41 now. Coming down the other way, Hobbs with the ball, Hargrove to Cunningham, back to Hargrove on the right side, back to Cunningham in the right corner, into Clay in the lane, and she gets bumped into. I think they should call Zarai Lewis for that and put Clay at the line. Yes, Clay will shoot at the line, and that's going to be the 4th foul, just the 3rd foul on Lewis. So Clay puts it up and in, beautiful. Let's see, she has 3 of 4 at the line. We'll have another chance. And Hargrove, David, Cunningham comes out. Manice, Zepeda, Armitage, Cano go in. Clay at the line to shoot another one. It does not fall. Fight for the rebound. And it's going to go, yeah, they're going to call Armitage. Armitage got her on the fight for the rebound, got her on the arm. So that's the first foul against Hobbs in the 4th quarter. Is it? Yeah, I think so. Well, it doesn't matter now because it's yeah, there have been more than that. I'm just looking up at the board as Clovis bringing it down. Whistle sounds. And it's going to be another turnover. So Hobbs will have the ball. They're going to call that foul. Going to call that foul, and we don't have a number 12. I don't have a number 12. Was it supposed to be on 15 or 22? They put it up. 12, that's the foul on Armitage from before, but Clovis with the ball. Going to work it around the outside of the arc. Get it to the left corner. Petner drives in, puts it up, won't fall, but whistle sounds, and there's going to be a push foul called on Hobbs, and that's going to be on Katie Godwin, who's in the game, I think for the first time, yes. So Godwin played in the JV game for Hobbs, and the JV girls won 45-41 over Clovis before this game. Godwin played in that game, as did, I know that I saw a couple of the other Kylie Cano and Nevaeh Navarro for sure played in that JV game. So Petner at the line. 70-41 your score. A 29-point lead for Hobbs with 2:22 left to play, and Petner buries it. Makes it 69-42. Hobbs bringing the ball down. Zepeda in the game now. Armitage back to Zepeda. Over to Manice in the left corner, thinks about the 3, but Jefferson comes in, and then the pass to Godwin goes awry as good defense by Clovis to steal it away, and a turnover by Hobbs. They give it to Jefferson, drives in, kicks it out to Petner. Petner now drives in, a little pass underneath the basket to Roach, puts it up. No, that was 22 to Gonzalez, puts it up, but no good. And now the pass in the backcourt to Jefferson, stolen away. Zepeda's got it. And a whistle sounds as I think they're going to call Ulabari for the reach foul. Let's see who they put up or what they put up. Or they're just going to say, okay, just all right. So they call the turnover was a travel. They inbound and bumped out by Hobbs. Good defense. Armitage and Zepeda both working, trying to guard. This time they get into Lewis. Lewis gets in the lane, and Cano goes down. There's a whistle. They're going to call a foul, or they're just going to say the ball went out of bounds off of Hobbs. Yeah, no foul. Stays Clovis basketball. It's going to be Lewis inbounding. Lewis gets it to Armijo, and a three-point attempt up from the left corner won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hobbs. Nope, last touch by Clovis, so it'll be Hobbs basketball. Zepeda will inbound from underneath the Clovis basket. Give it to Manice. Manice getting double teamed back to Zepeda. Zepeda Over to Armitage. Armitage drives in. She drives in the lane and puts it up and in. They're going to call the block or the charge. The block foul. Armitage has been called with a charge tonight, but this time, yep, the feet were not set. So 72-42 now. As yes, the shot counts and the foul. The and one, she'll get a chance at it as they put that up against Gonzalez. Third foul on Gonzalez. Third team foul on Clovis. No good. Fight for the rebound. And they call a foul. Who do they say? They call it away from the basketball? Are they pointing at Godwin? It's kind of rough. Kano went down. They call it on number 10, Kano. Kano went down. So give the ball to Clovis. A minute 20 left in this game, 72-42. Hobbs with a 30-point lead. Petner with the ball for Clovis. And Petner passing, Clovis passing around. There are some of their bench players in to get a little time at the end of this game. Hobbs is going to win this one, move up to 19-3 on the season, 2-0 in district with this victory over Clovis. Whistle sounds, it'll stay Clovis basketball. Still good defense by Hobbs. A minute 3 left in the game. As Hobbs has bench players in as well. Very capable bench, I might add. And Clovis also getting some of their bench in. Clovis just passing outside the arc. Hobbs trying to take it away, and they do. That's Kano with a steal, and she's going to bring it down and work herself in the lane, put up a shot, won't fall. Godwin trying to fight for it. I think touched it last. Nope, they're going to say it is Hobbs basketball. So good job there as Godwin was fighting for it. Last touch by Clovis. And Kano will inbound. Gets it out Cepeda. Back to Kano in the right wing. A bounce pass back to Cepeda. Cepeda will pull up midcourt. Get it to Manise. Manise pulls up, tries to drain a three. It won't fall. Fight for the rebound, and it's taken by Kano. No whistle. It was going to be a jump ball, probably. So Hobbs keeps the ball. Manise gets it, thinks about the three. Has Phillips in her face. Gets it over to Kano all the way, and then back to Cepeda near midcourt in the center. And Hobbs just going to run out the few seconds left, just going to hang on to the ball and run it out. So 72-42 will be your final score here as Kano just hangs onto the ball. A 30-point victory for Hobbs. 72-42 final score. Hobbs with the victory. We'll be back with a wrap-up and hopefully have a chance to talk with Coach Carpenter. If he comes up, we'll talk with him. So congratulations to the Hobbs Lady Eagles with a victory over a district win over Clovis here in their house at Rock-Stavis Gym. Final score again, 72-42. And we'll be back with the post-game and the wrap in just a few minutes right here on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. So Hobbs stretched this one out and ended up being in control for about 3.5 quarters as they end up winning 72-42, a 30-point win over Clovis. Clovis goes to 0-2 in district now, and Hobbs improves to 2-0. Hobbs led at the end of the first quarter 22-11, at the end of half 42-18. At the end of the third, 60-29, and at the end of the game, 72-42. Here's your scoring for Hobbs as I have it. I've got Brett Clay with 18 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and an assist. I've got Jayla David with 4 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. You've got Nakaya Mojica with 11 points, a rebound, and a steal. Hargrove with 8 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Cunningham with 4 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Manise with 10 points, a rebound, and a steal. You've got, Aliana Armitage with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Hi, you can come up. Sure, you betcha. Sorry. And anybody else, you guys can come up as Coach will come up. And Zepeda had 2 points, a rebound, and 2 steals. And Kano had a steal. And I think that was it. For that. Manise, I said, had 10 points and a rebound and a steal. So good 3-point shooting. Hobbs turned the ball over. I've got it written down as 14 times, but Clovis turned the ball over 22 times. And Coach is going to be coming up and talking with us. It'll take a little bit as there are 3 sets of stairs to get up here. I know, making you work for this one, Coach. Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you. I didn't know that you were hollering at me, but yeah, let's get the camera on you and get you in real quick. I've given the scoring and the wrap and everything, but congratulations, Coach, as a nice win again, a district win. You guys go up 2-0 after this 30-point win. Yeah, we'll get you up. This one is yours.
All
You're
right,
up and
there we
on.
Go.
There. Now they can hear you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good to see you.
And so, Coach, man, it started off kind of tense, kind of nerve-wracking in that very first part of the first quarter. But by the end of the first quarter, you guys had them down by 11 points and really never looked back after that. You just kept stretching out. And what did you see from up here? It looked like you fixed a lot of things that you talked about you wanted to work on after that game, that win against Roswell High. Perimeter shooting was back, had a lot of 3-point shots in the game. Didn't miss as many shots, and so your percentage was a lot better. Didn't turn over the ball as much, and pretty good free throw shooting at the line. So what do you think about the game?
Oh, man. There's always room for improvement.
Oh, always, yeah. I know.
Come on, Don. No, seriously, I was very pleased that we shared the ball tonight, and everyone got some shots and some looks. I'm so happy. We played like a family tonight.
Yeah.
And family is forget about me, I love you, and that's kind of our little motto.
Okay.
And so that's kind of how we played tonight. So I was very pleased and proud of the kids because of that effort.
Yeah, it was, and in fact, I even mentioned that unselfish ball a couple of times. I mentioned that, saying with the assists, a lot of assists. Armitage with a couple, Mojica with assist, Hargrove with assist, Cunningham with a couple of assists, Jayla David with an assist. I mean, yeah, it was very unselfish ball and passing around to the person who had the best shot at taking and making the shot,
yes,
which was nice and really good. What else did you see that you really were happy about with your team tonight? Maybe some specific things?
Well, I think we made some adjustments defensively, and it kept the pace hot. And so we wanted the pace to be hot, but we didn't want to just give up layup after layup after layup. We had a bad string there in the third quarter, I think it was, or towards the end there.
Just had a little bit.
We had a hiccup.
Yeah.
But I wanted them to fight through it. I was going to bail them out and call a timeout, but an experienced team needs to learn to fight through that, gather themselves, and take a deep breath. So I thought it was a good learning experience for them to get hit in the mouth a little bit and then respond.
Yeah,
and I thought they responded.
They did, and in fact, the words came out of my mouth after that. Clovis made either 3 or 4 straight baskets off of a couple of turnovers, and I said, wow, it might be good time for timeout here, just because that's typical, but you were using it as a teaching moment, and they did respond and learn that. And when you're playing against better teams, stuff like that, you've got to earn that grit and that toughness against teams.
Hey, You said it. It's well said. I mean, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, I'm a genius now, but no, seriously, I just wanted them to fight through that a little bit because you got to pick your spots as a coach to have that learning moment, and that was my one learning moment.
Well, they did well. They did respond. It was all it wasn't easy because Clovis, even that part, and I said that on the air too, even that much ahead, they're still in there fighting and making you guys work for it and work on it, even getting up 20, 30 points ahead.
I attribute that to their coach. He's not a quitter. He gets after it, and so his kids have that same kind of toughness, and you got to respect that.
They're a real physical team, but what you do against a physical team, I guess, you keep them from having the ball in the first place, and that way their physicality maybe turns into fouls on you. Let them bump into you instead of getting the ball and having a chance to score, and you guys kind of answered that physicality with your own speed, and of course the defense was there. All night too, really good, forcing turnovers. I think I had, and they could have been more. I had Clovis with 22 turnovers, and you guys only 14. And so, but
only 14.
Only 14.
But, you just gave me something to work on.
Oh, okay. Well, it was still overall really, it felt like a good game. I know it's nice to have those back-to-back wins, especially in district. Now you are going to be playing Carlsbad. You got a week off.
Yeah.
Don't play again until next Friday. Would you rather not have, at this point, you're building up a head of steam and then suddenly no game until next Friday?
We just want to play. That's all I know. We just want to play. We're playing good right now. I haven't said that in the last 3 or 4 games, but I think we're out of our funk and we're ready to go get challenged again.
You talked about peaking at the right time, working on it, peaking. It feels like you guys are ready. You get back together and the band's back together, and it's all good. It's all everybody firing on all cylinders. So not to jinx anything, but it's definitely, I think it's all pointing head in the right direction at the right time. Right. With 4 more district games left, and of course you want to win them all. Next game against Carlsbad is at Tasker Arena. What are you guys going to be doing against the Cave Girls?
We just want to have fun. If we have fun, and I told you this from the start. If we play our best and we don't care who we're playing and they play their best, we feel like we're going to win. So we just need to have fun, play our best, and let the chips fall.
Okay, have fun.
That's right.
All right, we'll see you Friday.
Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you very much,
Thanks
Coach.
For covering us.
Coach Carpenter, very happy to be on the road. Anytime I get a chance to see you guys and call a game, I'm happy. So safe travels, and thank you very much. The next time we'll have the Hobbs girls will be next Friday against Carlsbad at Tasker Arena. Thank you very much to Tiff Stuber and Alina Muro for producing and engineering at the station. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Congrats to the Lady Eagles with a 72-42 final against Clovis, and we will see you next Friday with more Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5.